Hey, listen to this. My life blew up thanks to my buddy Sal. Sal, see, he calls me at my desk right in the middle of a Tuesday, says, "Tony, you gotta sit down for this." I'm like, "What? The market crashed again?" Nah, worse. He's just seen my wife, Maria, the woman I've been married to for 21 freaking years, strolling hand in hand into this dive motel out by the Jersey border. Broad daylight. Says he snapped some pics on his phone, just in case I thought he was losing it. Me? I'm thinking, there's gotta be a mistake. Maria? My Maria? No way. Maybe she's meeting a client, some weird off-site thing. But a motel? Sal sends the pictures and my stomach drops through the floor. It's her. Undeniably her. Smiling, laughing, holding hands with some guy. Some nobody. That night I play it cool. "How was work, honey?" I ask, casual as could be. "Busy," she says, not even looking up from her phone. Grabbed a sandwich at my desk. Liar. I give her a look, a long, hard look. "You sure about that? Didn't go anywhere for lunch?" Her eyes snap up, hard as diamonds. "What's that supposed to mean, Tony? You calling me a liar?" No guilt, not a flicker, just ice. That's when I knew. The pictures, the lie, it all screamed one thing. So what does a guy do? I went to a private investigator. Figured it'd be some sleazy joint, smoky office, ex-cop with a drinking problem. Nope. Bright, slick office downtown. 2 guys who looked like they just stepped out of MIT. Tech wizards, they called themselves. And they were good. Scary good. Expensive, yeah, but worth every penny. 2 weeks later, I'm back in their office staring at a thick file. My life laid out in glossy photos and grainy videos. Maria, with not 1 but 2 guys. A slick salesman from her office, some guy named Danny, and a grease monkey from the garage she took her car to, this beefy dude named Hank. Danny. That had been going on for over a year. Hank, a few months. The report was brutal, detailed, explicit. Transcripts of texts, hotel bills, everything. Maria, my Maria, living a double life and loving it. Loving the thrill, the danger, the lies. She wanted the stable life I gave her, the house in Westchester, the kids in college, all paid for by my sweat and blood. But she also wanted this. Divorce lawyer was next. Downtown, high-rise, panoramic view of the city. Didn't make me feel any better. Divorce law, in New York, forget justice, forget who's right or wrong. It's about splitting assets, and guess who gets screwed? The guy. Me. The lawyer. Sharp suit, slicked back hair, basically confirmed my worst fears. Half of everything. Maybe alimony on top of that. Liquidate the business to pay her off. The business I built from the ground up. The business that was finally about to explode. I walked out of that office feeling like I'd been punched in the gut. Angry, hollow, lost. Then I had to face Jerry, my accountant. Jerry was stoked. He was about to lay out how my business was going stratospheric. 3 new contracts, Jerry said, beaming. 10 million, Tony. Easy. You're looking at a $10 million company. He stopped, looked at my face. Tony, you look like you're ready to jump out the window. I choked it out. Maria, the cheating, the divorce, the lawyer, everything. Jerry listened, face grim. So, she gets half of everything, even if she's the one messing around, he said, shaking his head. That's the system. He packed up his papers, said we'd talk later. The afternoon was a blur. Couldn't focus. Couldn't think straight. Then Jerry calls, late afternoon. "Tony, swing by my office before you head home. Got an idea." Jerry's office, small, cluttered, smelled like coffee and tax forms. He shut the door. "First things first," he says, leaning forward. "Maria, she never cared about the business, right? Never showed any interest?" I nodded, confused. "And she has no clue about this $10 million valuation, right?" "Right." "And she doesn't know you know about the extracurricular activities?" "Nope." "Okay," Jerry says, rubbing his chin. "Divorce is your solution." "Jerry, did you even hear what I said? The lawyer said I'm screwed in a divorce." "Not if you play it smart. You get screwed if you confront her, if you let her know what's coming. We're gonna divorce her, Tony, but on your terms." "How? Blackmail her with the pictures? She'd probably laugh in my face." "Nah, think bigger. Think tax divorce." "Tax divorce?" I stared at him blankly. He explained. Years ago, couples would get divorced at the end of the year, just for tax reasons. Big savings for some people. Government cracked down on it, closed most of the loopholes, but... "Maria doesn't know tax law from a hole in the wall, does she?" Jerry asks. "No," I said. "She barely balances her checkbook." "Perfect. And you said she doesn't want a divorce in those transcripts?" "Yeah, she said she likes her life, likes the security, just wants to fool around on the side." "Even better," Jerry grinned. "We use her greed against her. Tell her the business is booming, but the taxes are gonna be killer. Tell her I suggested a tax divorce. Say it's temporary. Tell her it means a trip to Hawaii to remarry and more money in her pocket." "Is that legal?" I asked, still trying to wrap my head around it. "Legal as apple pie. We draw up a separation agreement, fair terms, but you keep the business. No alimony. She'll never know the difference." Jerry started sketching on a notepad. "Leave it to me. I'll draft something up, but you gotta play it cool. Don't let on you know anything." Playing it cool with Maria? That was gonna be tough, especially after seeing those pictures, hearing her lies. But I had to. A week later, Jerry had the paperwork. He gave me a report to show Maria, all tax jargon and numbers, explaining the supposed savings. Included details like putting the house solely in her name. I was set to talk to her Wednesday night. Wednesday. Thank God it wasn't Tuesday or Thursday. Those were her rendezvous days according to the PI report. Tuesdays with Hank, Thursdays with Danny. Just thinking about it made my blood boil. Wednesday night, kitchen table. 3 folders spread out, like I was about to launch a hostile takeover. Maria walks in, sees the folders, goes pale. "Honey? What's going on?" Voice trembling, a little too dramatically. I pick up the first folder, open it. "Good news, actually," I say, trying to sound upbeat, "but I need you to hear me out before you say anything. My company," I continue, "it's doing great, you know that, but it's about to get really great. We're talking big money, Maria, life-changing money." Her eyes widened, dollar signs practically flashing in them. $50,000, I said, pointing to a number in the report. "That's how much we could save." Save? How? She asked, suspicious now. Not illegal, is it? Perfectly legal, I assured her. Accountant came up with it. It's called a tax divorce. I pulled out the second folder. Tax divorce? She gasped, like I'd just suggested we move to Siberia. Just hear me out, I said, forcing calm. Lots of people do it. It's about the marriage penalty, something Jerry explained. With his new income, we're going to get hammered by taxes. Jerry said some of his clients get divorced in December, then use the savings to take a fancy vacation in January and get remarried. Maria was staring at me, eyes narrowed. Damage control time. It's just on paper, Maria. Jerry said we might have to stay divorced for a year to get the full benefits. Might mean a few extra business trips for me, longer hours. But think about it. You could even quit your job. I watched the wheels turning in her head. More money, more free time, more time for them. Details, she said, voice suddenly sharp. What are the details? Well, I said, picking up the third folder, we actually have to get divorced. Officially. Split assets, quick claim deed for the house to you, split bank accounts, utilities in your name. Everything changes, but it's all temporary, and we end up with a lot more money. She had this weird look on her face, a mix of shock and calculation. She started to say something, but I cut her off. I know how much our marriage means to you, Maria. We don't have to do this. We can just pay the extra taxes. That did it. No, she said quickly. No, I think it's a good idea. Divorce? It sounds crazy, but if it's just on paper, it's worth it. I almost smirked, but held it back. We gotta move fast, Jerry said. Sign the petition, these authorizations. He'll handle the rest. Read it over, of course. I pointed to the folder with the divorce papers. I have a trip this weekend, I added casually. Starting Friday. Bingo. A trip? She said, suddenly interested. Yeah, business. Gotta close this deal. Maria snatched the folder, flipped through it. Okay, she said, signing right there at the kitchen table. Let's do it. Get your accountant started. Trip, right. No business trip. Just time to set things up, to see if she'd take the bait. Hidden cameras, installed discreetly around the house while she was at work. Sure enough, hour after I left, Hank was there, in our bed. Didn't even wait till dark. Divorce went through quick and clean. Life went on, strangely normal. Except no more. Us. Maria mentioned it a couple of times, the lack of intimacy. I played the stressed-out husband card, the new accounts, the pressure. She bought it. Too busy with her side gigs to care, probably. I watched the camera footage, stomach churning. But I needed to know. Needed to know if she suspected anything. She didn't. She was too busy, too happy. Divorce final. Judge's signature. Done deal. Legally single. But Jerry said we had to wait 6 months, 180 days, before making any permanent moves, just in case. 180 days crawled by, and I was done, completely, utterly done. Time for the exit plan. Jerry and I sat down again. Exit plan, but with a twist. I didn't just want out. I wanted to burn it all down. Publicly. Humiliation was on the menu. If you let on you knew about the affairs before the divorce, Jerry warned. She could argue the tax divorce was a sham, just to hide assets. But she's the cheater, I exploded. She should be punished. Justice isn't the point here, Tony. You want to risk losing everything? He had a point. Okay, fine. But she can't get away with this. She already has, Jerry said matter-of-factly. She got what she wanted. But you're free now, Tony. You kept your business, no alimony. That's a win. No, it's not enough. There's gotta be a way to make her pay. Jerry put up a hand. Wait, you have video, right? After the divorce? I nodded. Use that. Announce you're not remarrying. Cut off the utilities, the money. Drop the bomb on her boyfriend's wives, then watch the fireworks. I can say I found out after the divorce? Exactly. Perfectly plausible. And the timing's good, Tony. That first big contract is hitting. You're about to be seriously wealthy. Time to cut her loose. Jerry was right. Time to move on. I found a place, a killer apartment overlooking the city. Signed the lease. Furniture delivery in 2 days. 2 days. Bomb drop in 2 days. First, move out. Then, detonation. Kids. Had to talk to the kids first. Derek, my son, in college upstate. Jennifer, my daughter, down in the city. Derek was furious. Mom cheating? Unbelievable. He was on my side instantly, promised to stay quiet. Jennifer was tougher, couldn't believe it. Mom? Cheating? The woman who lectured them about honesty since they were toddlers? The one who grounded Jennifer for flirting with another boy when she had a boyfriend? Hypocrite. I had to show Jennifer the videos, just a glimpse. That was enough. Tears, then rage. Jennifer wanted to confront Maria right then and there. Took all my willpower to get her to wait, to keep quiet until I moved out, back in Westchester. Second contract signed, money rolling in, apartment ready, move-out day. While Maria was at work, me and a couple of buddies, rental truck, Operation Ghosting. Took my stuff. Keepsakes, clothes, tools, everything that was mine. Left the furniture and the cameras. Maria, oblivious, too wrapped up in her life. Days went by. She didn't even notice my stuff was gone. Part 2. The bombs. Untraceable emails to the wives of Danny and Hank. Video attachments. No words needed. Felt like crap doing it, hurting innocent people. But Maria started it. I was just finishing it. 30 minutes after the emails went out, Maria calls. Message, frantic. Tony, call me. Assumed I was still out of town. Evening, calls turned to a barrage. Texts, too. Then the panic set in. She realized my clothes were gone. My stuff. Coded messages from the kids. Derek and Jennifer calling, acting clueless, asking if I'd talk to them. They played their parts perfectly. Maria, desperate, wouldn't tell them what was wrong, just kept asking about me. Let her sweat for 2 more days. Thursday. Knew she'd be home alone. Bomb drop time, face to face. Knock on the front door of her house. Maria yanks it open. Eyes wild. TJ, what the hell? Where have you been? I've been calling for days. Tony, I corrected her cold. And this isn't my house anymore, Maria. Remember? Divorce? Divorce, she stammered. What are you talking about? We need to talk about the remarriage. I'm done with this game, Tony. Let's just remarry. Remarry? I laughed, a short, bitter laugh. That's what I wanted to talk about, too. The divorce. It's real, Maria. Very real. And you seem to be enjoying the benefits. Fear flickered in her eyes, but she puffed up, indignant. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, come on, Maria. Stop the act. I moved out. Notice anything missing? Your stuff? What about it? I got tired of sleeping in a bed you've been sharing with your lovers. Gasped. Literally gasped. Lovers? Danny and Hank, Maria. Tuesdays and Thursdays, and whenever I was out of town. Technically, we're not married, so not technically cheating. But because of your activities, I've reconsidered the remarriage thing. We're staying divorced, Maria, permanently. Shock, then fury. No, that's not how this works. We are married. That tax divorce was a sham. I'll go to court. We're married, damn it. Nope. Legally divorced. Judge signed it. You signed it. You can try to claim fraud, but that's admitting to a crime, Maria. Don't think that's a good idea. You planned this, didn't you? You found out about Danny and Hank, and you concocted this whole tax divorce thing to cheat me out of my share of the business. Well, it won't work. Maria, I said, voice dangerously low, are you actually admitting you were cheating on me while we were married? You tipped off their wives, didn't you? You ruined 2 marriages. Are you happy now? 2? I said, raising an eyebrow. Oh, right, 2. Look, our divorce is legal. Spend your money, try to fight it. Waste of time. Maybe you should figure out how to explain this to the kids. They're disappointed. You told them? You son of a bitch. Why would you do that? Had to explain why we're not remarrying. Stop the nonsense, Maria. We're divorced. It's over. Anything with Danny and Hank. Irrelevant now. But maybe you'll be a better wife to your next husband. Learn from your mistakes. Next husband? She shrieked. I don't want a next husband. I want you. I made mistakes, okay? But I love you. I'll do anything, Tony. Anything to make it right. Too late, Maria. I stood up. Oh, and Mom called. She knows. Not too happy. Said Thanksgiving and Christmas are off the table. Said something about slapping you if she sees you. Maria dissolved, babbling, begging, cursing. I walked out, leaving her in the wreckage of her own making. She tried to get the divorce set aside. Epic fail. Then she sued to modify the terms. Courtroom drama. Maria, in full meltdown, screaming about how I knew about the affairs, how it was all a plot to screw her over. Her parents, our kids, all in the courtroom. She forgot about them, apparently. Judge wasn't impressed. Lectured her about cheating, about blame shifting, ruled against her. After the hearing, Maria's mom didn't just threaten to slap her. She did, right there in the courthouse hallway. Jennifer and Derek turned their backs and walked away. Done. They were done with her. Everyone was done. And me? I was finally free, and about to be very, very rich.